Hello, friends and clients of JLW Immigration Law Group. I am Jennifer Walker Gates, board certified immigration attorney, coming to you today to talk about naturalization, and in particular, naturalization for people who had to apply for a waiver when they got their green card. I think this is really important information because I have met with some people recently who did not know that they qualified for citizenship because they had to apply for a waiver when they became residents. So they waited a really long time and have let a lot of years go by without applying for citizenship to which they were actually entitled. So we're going to talk today about what it means to get a waiver for your future immigration case, what it means for your future citizenship application, and how getting a waiver may or may not impact your eligibility for citizenship in the long run. So before I get into all of that, please take a moment and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, link up with us on social media, because we are here on a weekly basis, at least, providing information for the immigrant community about your rights and responsibilities under our immigration laws in the US, which are very complicated. So we want to make sure you're getting good, high quality information for your case. We want every immigrant in the US to be successful in their case, whether they're working with us, another attorney, or by themselves. So that's what we're doing. Please subscribe and share our information if you find it helpful. You're also welcome to leave comments for me. I do respond to comments on these videos, so please don't hesitate if you have a question or a comment, drop us a line, and I will be happy to respond as soon as I can. Going back to today's topic, let's talk about waivers and naturalization. When you are applying for a resident card, when you're applying for a green card, sometimes there may be some inadmissibility in your history that requires that you file a waiver. This can be true if you enter the United States without permission, for example, you might need a waiver for unlawful presence. If you have ever lied to any immigration official for any reason, you might need a waiver. That includes if you applied for a work visa and then you didn't actually work for that company because the company was fake or something like that. That has happened a lot. That may be the case. You may have needed a waiver if you had any kind of possession of marijuana or something like that in your history. Theft usually won't require one, but sometimes there may be some other hiccup or glitch or something in your criminal record, in your immigration history that requires that you file a waiver in order to get your green card. That does not mean that you are not eligible for citizenship, okay? Once you get that waiver approved, if you have the other requirements for citizenship, meaning the amount of time that you need to show of good moral character, it might be 3 years if you're married to a US citizen. It might be 5 years if you're not. If you have 5 years of good moral character or 3 years, you can apply, even if you had that waiver in your past. It is very important when you apply for your citizenship to mention the incident that led to the need for the waiver. So if you apply for citizenship and it asks the question, have you ever lied to any US immigration official? You need to mark yes if you already got a waiver for that. You don't get to not disclose what happened that led to the waiver, but if you have the waiver, then it's already been forgiven. So you don't have to worry about it making you ineligible unless you don't tell the truth about it. So I've seen this go both ways. I've seen this happen where someone has an incident in their past, a misrepresentation. Maybe they showed a fake visa or something like that when they were coming into the United States. Maybe they did something like that. And then they are applying for their green card later, they have to get a waiver, and then they go to apply for citizenship and they think they don't have to mention it ever again. Then they don't get approved for citizenship because they didn't talk about the incident that led to the waiver in the first place. I've also seen where people have that same kind of situation and then they get their green card and then it's 20 years later and they're still scared to apply for naturalization because they think they won't get it. You can get it. You just have to make sure all the information that is true and correct for your case is disclosed in the application for naturalization as well as at the interview. Now, if you have any kind of complication like this in your history, it is a really good idea to consult with a lawyer and, in fact, hire a lawyer to represent you in your naturalization case. It's not mandatory. You can, in fact, get approved for naturalization. I know people do this even when they have any kind of hiccup like that in their past. I've seen my own clients do it on their own. So you can definitely do it. However, the dangers that I have seen with this are that people end up spending the money on the application for citizenship. They should be eligible, but they don't quite handle it right. The officer that meets with them at their interview is a jerk. They get really scared. They say stuff that isn't quite right. They're afraid. They're trying to say the right thing, but they end up saying the wrong thing. And then they lose a bunch of time, a bunch of money, and they have a terrible experience. And then they're stressed out and afraid to apply again. Please don't let that happen to you. Please make sure you have good, solid, reliable information about how to manage your naturalization case. At the very least, consult with a dependable, trustworthy attorney. And if you can afford to hire one, hire someone to manage it for you in such a way that you will be very well coached, you will be very well trained, you will be very well informed about what to expect and how to properly disclose information without over disclosing. Like, you don't want to go into your interview and give them a whole lot of excuses and backstory about why you did what you did. It doesn't matter. Like, we train our clients and prep them very well about how to respond to questions in a way that hits the right balance between full disclosure, which is super important, but not over disclosure where it looks like you're like trying to make excuses, trying to like make up a bunch of stuff and like make yourself not look bad. Like, definitely want to avoid all that. So there is a balance that's important in these situations. If nothing else, consult with an attorney that you trust who can help you understand how to navigate that. We don't want to see people waiting decades to apply for their naturalization when they are eligible to do that now. We don't want to see people getting denied their naturalization application when they're eligible if they just knew how to handle it correctly. So if you do have a waiver in your past and you want to apply for naturalization, please reach out. Please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Having a waiver is totally fine. That means that as far as immigration is concerned, that issue is forgiven. It is forgiven forever, as long as you always tell the truth about it. Okay? So please reach out to us if we can help you with this. Don't hesitate to drop me a comment. I'm happy to answer questions, respond to comments. And if you need more specific advice, I can't give specific advice through the comments, but I can give general information. And if you want advice about your particular case, reach out to us at jlw.law. That is our website, jlw.law, or call our office at 512-633-1785, and our team will be happy to get you scheduled with me or any of the other attorneys in our firm so we can look at your case, give you advice that's going to help you get over that finish line. We want as many of our clients and our immigrant community to achieve the dream of citizenship, if they want it, as possible. Share the video, like the video, leave us a comment, subscribe to our channel. Take good care. I'll see you again very soon.